Hey, yo.
Hey,
yo.
we're back. The third week in a row.
Number Trace, week number 3.
The Traso.
Tracerito. That sounds like a new Taco Bell food.
Oxnard.
Oh, I'm Dexter.
I'm Boss.
Hello.
Hello. Can you go?
Watching a commercial for some bad new show.
Yeah.
Succession. Wasn't HBO going to do a thing like a Man in the High Castle kind of thing? But if the Confederacy won the Civil War instead, it sounded like a fucking terrible idea.
There was that show, Washington.
First of all, what would be different? Except we would have more slavery than we already did. Why do we need a show about that?
There was that show, Washington's Generals. I remember seeing commercials. I never saw it though.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Remember
Washington's
Better Call Saul? We used to.
Well, that was that was a show called Turn, which was about Washington spies.
Washington Spies.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it was an alternate history. It was based on like. I think it was based on a legitimate thing that happened. I'm not sure.
Nice. Good.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, I remember a show called Washington something, and it was on AMC. And before Better Call Saul, they would always show the preview. But it was one of those shows I was like, "Oh, never gonna watch that." And Into the Badlands. That's still
Into
going.
the Badlands. Yeah,
People say it's good.
Washington's. Yeah, what is it? Washington's women.
All right, so this episode, the third of season 2
Yes.
of Westworld on
Yes.
HBO,
These peacocks are really singing.
is titled Virtù e Fortuna.
Oh yeah, now why is that title? I don't know. I don't get the reference. A2 Brute tuna? A2 tuna? What do you think is the most popular park? Because they debut
know all the parks. I
they-
only know 3 parks. I
they
think.
show 3 of 6, right? Is that what we
Yes.
determined? Because they show this like 1930s India park.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Dexter, I just wanted to let you know, Virtù e Fortuna, it draws its title from The Prince, a 16th century political treatise written by none other than Machiavelli.
Oh,
There are a ton of parallels to the show to
Old
unpack
Mac.
here that serve as a critical lens to the episode.
interesting. I don't know it. Never read it.
I just read that from The Observer, and I don't know who the author was.
I feel bad for this poor woman in the beginning.
All right, well, we get to see India World.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, which is cool. And then we meet up with this guy who sees this woman smoking the smokiest cigarette.
Yes.
Boss pointed out.
It's so smoky.
Super smoky.
Man.
And it seems like the big draw for this park is you get to hunt tigers.
I guess. To go around the jungle, sweat, get bit by mosquitoes. Wonderful.
That sounds like all the parks. It sounds like Westworld, too.
There's no mosquitoes.
It's just not
in
a jungle,
Westworld,
it's a desert.
I
You
bet
still walk around and sweat.
I bet mosquitoes were eradicated in the real world. They just don't exist anymore.
Ah,
You
that
think
would
so?
be great.
Yeah.
They serve no fucking purpose.
They
Do you
serve
think
no
people
pro-
have colds still?
No.
Really?
They have no illness.
This is not that far in the future, though, remember?
No, but Ford said
they
it,
said.
remember?
Yeah, but no illness. I bet we can cure cancer before we can cure the common cold.
I don't know, man.
I bet you that's what's going to happen.
Nah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm calling it.
So, boss, what happens?
Well, these two get it on almost, and
These
she
two who?
shoots them with some sort of rubber bullets, I guess.
A simunition? that I looked
this
up?
woman, I don't
Oh,
know their
yeah.
fucking names. This woman wants to figure out if this guy is a host or not.
I still don't know.
I don't
I'll be
understand.
honest.
I don't understand the test situation.
Well, basically, from the article I was reading there, they asked Jonathan Nolan, and he said it's all about the velocity of the bullet. And for whatever reason, the guns are all manufactured by Delos. You can't take them out of the park, and they're controlled by Delos. So there has to be some kind of sensor that when you shoot something, it can tell what you're shooting at. So if it's a robot, it's going to be a kill shot. If it's human, it's going to be that, like a very weak bullet.
Oh, okay.
Like
That
getting hit
I
with like a
get.
little BB gun pellet, maybe?
All right. So this guy's definitely human? Because
Yes. That's
he
what
doesn't seem human at all. Even right up until his death.
So the bullets know.
Yeah.
The guns know, yeah.
The bullets don't lie. That's why she's doing this test.
crazy.
That makes sense to me now.
Wanna
Why don't they
read the
test
thing?
people with the bullets in the other situation?
Well, instead of that scan, why didn't they just shoot?
Yeah.
Well, because they have live rounds. They're not fucking around.
Yes, but
Later
this
in the
is an
episode.
ultimate scanner is that
Yeah.
the park guns.
More guns are the answer. See, that's the problem. There's not
Yes.
enough guns.
Mm-hmm.
In
Yeah, it
this
says,
place.
according to the terms of service of Westworld's parent company, Delos, Let's see. All weapons and equipment used within Delos parks are the exclusive property of Delos, Inc. Gun ammunition contains proprietary safeguards related to bullet velocity, and tampering with gun safety features or ammunition automatically transfers liability to you and absolves Delos of any injury or death that may occur as a result. And they actually have a list of people who died in the park. That's interesting. Huh. So, yeah, their guns, it's just a technology. Well, I just found a list. The 11 ways humans have died in the park, including self-cannibalism and autoerotic asphyxiation.
Self-cannibalism? I'm going to eat my own dick. then I die. Choked on it.
Well, this is all if you do go to the website and go through the ARG and do all the cool stuff there, you can find, like, Delos files. So these are the list of deaths. Buffalo stampede, self-cannibalism, accidental hanging, drowning. That sounds like it could happen. Third-degree burns, sounds like it happened. Autoerotic asphyxiation. I don't know why I can't say that.
Isn't that accidental hanging?
Yeah, you would think those two would go together. Maybe they do. Who knows? Blunt force trauma. You have just fall and hit your head on a rock.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't we have, like, a long argument about that last season? Like, what if you walk in the park and you fell down? Like, who's responsible?
Right, yes.
You know what? I guess if you signed a waiver, you are.
An allergic reaction to non-native plant life, falling from great heights, common manslaughter, and the last one is tumbleweeds. That's like a joke one they put in there.
What is common man? What does that mean?
I guess a guy just killed another guy.
With a knife or something?
Yeah.
The knives still got to be sharp.
Maybe he just got drunk enough and he just stabbed another man.
Here's the thing. I don't like this opening scene with Indy and everything because this guy is horrible.
Right.
Like, so it's these two attractive people, and they start flirting with each other, and they get on. We were just talking about the bullets, and she wants to shoot him, make sure he's real. I still couldn't tell because this guy's so fucking robotic. I had no idea what was going on right up until his death. And then what I don't understand is then he sees her from afar. She's sitting there smoking the smokiest cigarette.
They're like in a Raj's palace courtyard or something. Because the guy...
The Maharaj.
Yeah, the Raj wants to meet with you, and he's like, get out of here!
Yeah, the governor, he says. Yeah, and he's like, they really don't want us meeting together. What? Is that significant? That's what I was going to ask. What is the significance? Who are these people?
I think these are two humans in the park.
But do you think that they actually... maybe... Are they Delos people?
No, I think they're actual people who are rich enough to go into the parks. The thing I was disappointed with is that they could have taken... There's so much of India with, like, the architecture... And, like, there's so many cool things, like, for an India world.
Yeah, it just looked like a big, fancy hotel.
Yeah, you could have put some of those
with
crazy...
Indian people around
like
it.
the Taj Mahal
They had
all this
cool
stuff.
architecture in the background in the first shot,
Did they?
actually. Yeah, there was some kind of weird structure.
Well, see, Oxnard's been watching all the Bollywood movies lately, so...
That's true.
So he's all, like, he's got a real eye for this right now, so that's why he's disappointed.
I can't even pronounce...
Like, for me, I wasn't disappointed with it at all.
I can't even pronounce the name of that movie you had on last week.
Where it's like the 10-part movie.
Yeah, Bahu Hulabu. It's on Netflix. It's like the
I think what you just said is racist.
That's the name. And it's like the Indian Lord of the Rings, and it's like, with the crazy special effects. But it's awesome. And they have those awesome shots of like these super cool cities and stuff. Could have done something like that. But I guess, it's Delos. They keep things kind of like nitty gritty.
But see, what I understand is I couldn't understand their relationship. Like, did they actually... I guess they didn't really know each other that well. I don't know. It was weird. I found the whole thing
the
off-putting.
day before.
Yeah, I just found their whole dynamic off-putting.
They didn't have chemistry?
And then this guy, right up until he dies, is just like a fucking... I was like, he's a robot, right? That's what I kept thinking.
Well, he still wasn't proven either way. I guess it could go both ways. I don't know.
I guess. I don't know. And then we see the... So anyway, they go to this camp with the cool elephants. Now, what happened? Where'd the elephants go? They disappeared.
They're back there somewhere.
Now, that would have been something. She gets, like, ripped in half by two elephants. They both, like, grab one end of her with the trunks.
I thought they could have done that. Like, instead of the tiger.
Yeah.
That's obvious. Just have the elephants go, like crazy elephants.
Freak out.
That's happened in the past.
But the elephants literally disappeared.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing. When an elephant escapes a circus and starts rampaging.
And then she's chased by the tiger, which got shot, but then it looked like that did absolutely nothing. But then the tiger's like a Jason... Like, Boss, you had mentioned when we were watching this, like, you can't outrun...
Yeah.
We were talking about, you can't outrun a tiger like that.
You kidding me?
And then, but she did shoot it in one of the hind quarters.
But then
it looked
later
like.
on it runs.
But then later on it was just like calmly like walking after her like in a horror movie. Right? You see blood, but where did it get? Yeah. Unless it's like buckshot or something. Maybe it didn't even phase the tiger.
Yeah, why didn't she take the tiger hunting rifle with her?
I think she just grabbed that and just started running. She didn't have the wherewithal.
Stupidest nitpick ever. All right, so this is cool. She runs out, and then it's just like when you're in a space flight game and you're leaving like the battle area. It's like, turn around, or you will lose this battle.
Right?
Turn around.
Yes.
It's like, ah, damn it.
It is like that.
Yeah.
You were kicked from the game because you walked up. So why do you let me leave that area? Game? Well, you know, we don't want to put arbitrary borders. Well, you did! You did!
And then, anyway, so she runs off. She's attacked by the tiger. They both go crashing into the lake. She's at this cliff, and there's like a big, that sea or something, whatever.
Like Westworld?
Yeah. And she floats over to the other side, and then looks up, and then there's like some Cree warriors, or I don't know, whatever those Native Americans are.
As Gumby cartoons called them, the pesky Indians.
Oh, god damn.
That was the name of their tribe.
It was a different time.
I mean, I don't know. It's Gumby.
You know, Gumby is fucking creepy.
That sea is the sea.
Blockhead guys are terrifying.
They were
serial
scary,
killers.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what they were. They're blockheads.
They're
the Nazis of the Gumbyverse.
I liked Gumby when I was a little kid. Now, as an adult, I think I would never let my kid watch Gumby.
Oh, Gumby's awesome.
It's fucking... I'm losing my mind. It's fucking terrifying.
I got every episode. Me and my brother, we got the full DVD set.
Oh, you bought the DVDs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not
Gumby's
even like you
best,
downloaded
man.
it. You bought the
Art
DVDs.
Clokey was doing acid and making fucking cartoons for kids.
Well, clearly he was doing acid.
Yeah, and Pokey always sounds like, hey, Gumby. I sound weird,
Hey,
don't
Gumby, eat this. I got a fistful of a hoof full of pills.
And then there's Prickle, the yellow dinosaur. Goo, that slug.
That goo, the stuff that comes out of Gumby's dick.
And then there was, it wasn't Mr. Gumby. Gumbo was his
Gumbo.
father. Gumbo.
Oh, and his
had,
mom, right? Was there a love interest for Gumby? Like a neighbor, like the girl next door?
Sometimes when he would go into, like, the books...
Gumbet?
Well, no, they never... Because you're not supposed to interfere with the story of the books. You just kind of go into the books and enjoy it. Kind of what Boss was talking about when you go into a movie in 3D. That's what Gumby was doing. He would enter a book.
Yeah.
Right.
And
we were talking about, like, the AR experience for a movie. Like
Right.
a virtual reality or alternate reality experience for a movie like that. Yeah, Gumby was living that dream.
He's dropping acid and seeing the future, this Art Clokey.
Art Clokey.
Yeah,
you
man.
fucking maniac.
Yeah, I'm really confused about these different timelines. So what are they entering?
What do you
Here?
think the Indian timeline was?
Hold on. This lady is telling about... They walked out of the smoking train tunnel, and this, I guess, boss guy and the soldiers, they're walking in. What happened there?
So this is... Remember in the first episode when they... meet Bernard on the beach, and you see this dickhead guy in the suit from Delos.
Yeah.
And he's, you know, reprimanding the
They
Chinese
go to the big
army.
sea and see all the drowned.
And then, and then you see all, like, the people getting gunned down against the wall.
this is after
So this
that.
is that timeline. So
Well,
this is...
I know that.
Okay. That's
But
what you're...
I said, what happened in that tunnel?
Oh, it's just an entryway
They
into
walked into... They met up with... what's her name? Hale.
Hale, yes.
They met up with Hale, and she's like, oh, Bernard. And she's definitely suspicious. If she doesn't already know that Bernard is an android, she's definitely suspicious of it at this point, because this is the timeline that takes place after they were in that secret bunker with the faceless drones. Remember?
How do you know it's after?
Because this is the most
I guess
forward
because-
timeline.
I guess
where they
because,
find him on the beach. Everything
his-
else with Abernathy already happened.
What's his face got programmed to be a hero? That robot, what's his name?
The guy from GTA?
Yeah.
Trevor?
Trevor.
Yes, that's
He got
right.
programmed
Yes.
to be a hero. So
That's
that,
right.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes,
in
we
the
talked
way.
about that. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
shoot a woman over my dead body.
That was a good detail.
Yeah, that was a
pointed
great detail
Yes.
because I remember in the first episode, you boss were talking about.
I
You
was
didn't
like,
think it
"That's
was
not
Trevor.
him."
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now we realize it was. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a hilarious scene because that was even more terrifying for the people that were hostages because he was just talking about. He goes to that woman and he's basically saying he's going to rape her and keep her for like a sex slave and sell everybody else off to the Confederados. Then he goes behind a tree, comes back, and he sets everybody free. And he's like, "Let me escort you."
Yeah, I would think this guy's
And
crazy.
he's
He
like,
wants, he wants
"You're
to hunt
all
us.
free." Yeah,
He's going on a human hunt.
yeah.
I'm
and then-
amazed Bernard's glasses have survived thus far.
And the lenses don't even have a scratch, and they're relatively smudge-free.
But he didn't have glasses when he just met up back with Hale.
Maybe
Hale,
they're
right?
future glasses. They don't scratch.
Oh, I don't know. Did he?
I don't think he did.
No, he doesn't have his glasses.
Okay, so that might be a
washed
key.
away.
When he has glasses, we're backwards.
But definitely whenever he's with the bald asshole guy who walks like he's too fucking cool or whatever, that guy's definitely doing some like tough guy acting walking. He's like, all right,
took some acting lessons.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you gotta walk like you mean it.
Swivel your shoulders.
Walk the walk.
Perpendicular to the hips.
Oh, man. I'm a real jerk off. And then that's the most future timeline, I think.
Okay.
And so that's why when he sees Hale again in that bunker, that was after that phase. So, and she has Abernathy already at that point. That's another thing to keep in mind. What happened with Abernathy? Because now when they go, because what happens in this episode is they go to there's a whole big, gigantic, cool fight at the fort with Dolores and the bots versus the real people. And
QA.
Hale shows up to steal Abernathy, and they drive off, and they get away for the time being. So you got to assume that in that timeline at the very beginning of this episode,
she flips people off like a girl.
So you got to assume that she already had Abernathy and did what she had to do with him.
Mayhaps.
But does she know already before that Brunard is a
I'm thinking
a
she
droid.
might be the one who like erased his mind, and now he's going through all this stuff. Like,
But I don't think his mind was erased.
not erased, but tampered with. Like, she made
I see.
him do some things, and then
She acts weird when she sees him again.
yeah, she knows something.
Yeah.
but
Like, Bernard, I didn't think maybe she knows. Yeah, she did something like I agree with you. You I think you got it right.
and then that woman from the beginning when she crawls out of the sea, that was probably moments after Bernard and the rest of the crew left, right?
No, or before.
Or before. Yes, that's true. You don't know.
We don't know.
I know.
But
Boss knows.
that's definitely linked. That's definitely taking place during this whole 2-week period at some point, right?
Yes.
With that woman, where the hosts have gone crazy, right? I still don't know. I think that she's somebody important. I don't think she's just some person.
Well, yeah, of course
That's
she's
at the
important.
park.
She's like, her goal is to get Abernathy out of the park.
No, not Hale. The woman from
Every
India.
visitor is important,
Oh,
Dexter.
yes, I do expect.
Come on.
They didn't give any of those two characters a name, right?
No, they're not named. And I'm telling you, there's something like about. That's why, like, I don't think it's just some part of the program where the governor invited you, and it's like the guy's like, well, they really don't want us to be together, do they? They're definitely like important people.
Oh yeah, if you're
They
rich
gotta
enough
be
to get
like,
into the park, you're
and
somebody.
I bet you that Westworld is that's probably the cheapest park to go to.
Oh, I never even thought there would be different.
I bet
Racist.
the India one is more expensive.
Oh.
No,
Hey, racist against
racist
West
against
people.
against white people.
Against white people.
Yeah,
Check your privilege.
I bet that Westworld's the most affordable and common one.
Why is that?
Because it's like more of a dirty, like less luxurious kind of package.
Yeah,
You're more
there'll be
roughing it.
Less work to do.
You know what I mean?
Right?
It's more camping kind of, and then
You just have to make canyons
yeah, it's all dirt.
and little tiny villages and
Like the other one
pueblos.
is like they're in like a luxurious, like palace-like hotel. You know what I mean? Like, and they're living a life of luxury there too, because they have the servants there, the hosts are there to serve them, like butlers and everything. So they're like rich white British people. You know what I mean? In
So why do you
India,
think,
maybe like from colonial India.
Why do you
almost.
think Sizemore was so terrified when he realized they were in the samurai world?
Because he wrote all that shit, and he
I
knows
guess he
that
knows-
they're so dangerous.
Maybe he knew the samurai.
He writes for all different parks.
Doesn't he?
I would assume.
I think
so.
he's the head. I think he's the head of
creative
narration or
yeah,
whatever.
Really?
Yeah, creative
Yeah.
head director.
I thought like each park had its own head author, because that seems like a lot of
Well,
things
they
to keep
never
track
said
of.
that.
It seems
But
like he spent a
might
lot of
be-
time in Westworld.
He might have even recognized that character. Maybe he's like an apprentice of some super samurai.
maybe.
But
But I would be most afraid of the samurai because they're the most deadly warriors probably here, and the Native Americans.
Well,
honestly, I'm more afraid. I'm more afraid of the Native Americans and like if I'm walking around in that world than like the Confederados and all that shit.
It's more like, do you want to be
Like the Native
shot?
Americans are more dangerous.
Do you want to be sliced in half?
We're gonna have to watch some Deadliest Warriors.
No, because they're
Scalping
gonna
is
come
out.
after you more. You know what I mean? Like there's a different warrior mentality. That's what I'm getting at.
Right. We'll just get Steven Seagal in there.
Oh, shit.
He's the 7th Dan of, what is it called?
I don't know. He
Jeet
runs
Kune
like a
Do?
girl. Do you ever see him? There's like clips of him running in like a movie where he's running. He runs like he's taking little weird steps.
But that's the whole point of Jeet Kune Do. It's about, it's a fighting style that samurais do when they lose their sword.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so in the rare instance where you have to combat a swordsman, it's like moves to do to disarm your opponent.
Like Spike in Cowboy Bebop. Like you use their momentum against them. You're like water.
Well, that was Bruce Lee's way of the intercepting fist.
Oh, ooh.
Which was... No, was that Jeet Kune Do? I forget.
Kung Fu.
Well, it was Kung Fu,
Aikido.
but with like... Aikido. Jeet Kune Do was Bruce Lee, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, I think he
that's his made up.
Jeet Kune Do.
You're right. That's his special.
Which is like
he
Kung
wrote that
Fu.
book when he broke his back.
Yeah, you fill a vase like water and you flow. All that stuff. He's Steven Seagal is no Bruce Lee.
What are you talking about? But we can all agree that Chuck Norris is great.
Let's talk about this courtesan woman. What's her name?
Clementine?
What?
Clementine?
Yeah, Clementine.
She's scary.
She's
scary and beautiful at the same time.
Oh my god. It's like I have a fear boner.
Yeah.
It's
Horror
shaking,
boner.
but it's hard.
Right. It's both hard and
trembling
flaccid at once. No, I was saying it's like amazing how she's so striking, and it's like, wow, she looks so gorgeous, covered in like filth and dirt, and she's menacing. She's terrifying.
Yeah,
She's
it's like a Japanese horror movie.
It really is. She's that actress is doing such a fantastic job. Just she's not even speaking. Just she has such a presence. Like her body language is so imposing.
All right, I think Dexter likes her.
No, I'm just impressed by the performance. That's hard to do.
Yeah, the performance.
I couldn't do that.
Well, that main asshole guy who walks like a tough guy can't pull
Well, that
it
guy.
off.
No, that's what I'm saying. Look at that. That guy's. Although he is an asshole, and so he does a good job in that regard.
What do you think happened to that robot
I
dog?
don't know. What happened to that dog?
They showed like a
very
single dog.
Ugly,
in
by the way.
Implying
What
that
kind of
there
dog
are-
was it? A Shih Tzu? What kind of dog was
It
it?
was a really ugly mutt dog. I don't know.
Yeah,
How
it's like-
dare you?
All we've ever seen of other dogs is the wolf who walks around after a battle.
Right,
Every time there's
yeah.
a battle, the wolf just kind of appears and looks
Yeah.
around.
Now, what does that represent?
Feeding time.
Maybe, yeah.
No, that's got to be a metaphor for something. Because isn't that in the flashbacks when they came across that in the first season they'd have the flashbacks of like Wyatt going crazy, and like
Yeah, and the wolf was always
when
there,
they
right?
killed and the wolf or the coyote or whatever was always there, whatever the
He
animal is.
might just kind of
That's
be
got
like
to
a
be
vulture.
some kind of representation of something or
Maybe it
metaphor
just
for something.
It knows when like
literal
death is
or
around,
yeah,
like a vulture or something.
or is it like or somebody's living on through that?
Maybe it's
wolf.
like a Stark reference.
Yeah, there you go.
When they go into Westeros.
Oh
world.
no!
I was right.
Oh, it's hot here. It's bloody hot.
We were laughing when they gave what are they called? The Red Balabalos? The whole army in that thing.
The Confederados.
Confederados. They gave them like the RP-90,
Oh yeah.
RP-90X. What a P-90?
Oh, and that guy. So the guy that was the security guy
They're busting his
that
head
they
in
were
the goo.
putting his head in the goo. They basically were like dragged him around this whole time, and
Not polite enough to remove the
then
goo
they'll-
from his face.
and then just as an exhibition for the gun,
keep that robot cum all over you.
he didn't even serpentine. I like to think that even if I was in like some high pressure, I'd have the wherewithal to serpentine
Yeah,
because it's on my mind a lot.
Apocalypto.
Game of Thrones was the other thing when spoiler alert in case you listen to this and haven't seen Game of Thrones, but when Rickon is getting fired at with a bow and arrow by fucking Bolton, he doesn't serpentine, just runs straight.
Yeah, but so that's why we watch these shows. So when we are in a situation where robots are shooting at us with an RP-90,
We remember to serpentine.
although if it's some machine gun like that, I don't know if serpentine.
It's not going to hurt.
It's not gonna. Well,
Is that what you're going to think? Well, what do I care? It's a submachine gun. I guess I'm dead anyway. I might as well not even run. Fine, you give up and die, Oxnard.
I didn't say
I'll
that.
serpentine and I'll make it to the other side of that ridge.
I mean, you just go back and forth. Sooner or later, some bullet's gonna hit you.
No, man, you got to weaving in and out of those bullets.
All right,
You got a better chance of survival.
I agree. I'm just saying.
So why do you refuse to do it?
No, I'm just saying it's not like in Apocalypto where he throws.
See how he gave up already?
He throws a spear in
Nah,
Apocalypto.
see, boss agrees. He's nodding.
A spear is a single thing. Obviously, you guys kind of gauge it. Boom.
Well, yeah,
but if you have a repeated
spear, I'm not.
machine going, pop, 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 pop,
It doesn't matter. You still do it. You're still increasing your
you still
chances.
do it. Yeah, you increase the chances definitely. But I
Yeah.
think you're still going to get hit.
Maybe. I'm not gonna. You're gonna get hit because you'll be running straight.
No, I will run
Probably.
serpentine.
You're so against. You probably run straight at the guy with the gun.
I'll run serpentine right next to you. But
Whoa! Is this the right direction?
as I'm doing it, I'm going to be whispering or yelling at you. Hey, we're still probably.
We're
gonna get
dead.
hit. If anything, just bend over so at least you get hit in the ass.
Just bend. Wow! Why do I want to get hit there?
Well,
Bend
you protect
over.
your vital organs. I could get hit in the thighs.
Well,
and
if
the
I
ass,
bend over too much, the bullet will go straight through my ass and out through my body and out my head.
we're just going to be running bent over together, following each other. And they're going to think,
That's right.
what the hell?
Might as well
these two
stick
clowns
our, not
doing?
even flap our arms like anime style of running. Just keep our arms extended out like wings.
Exactly. Run like an anime.
Yes.
You always win in that case.
It's ninja anime,
Especially in
running.
public, around other people.
Around
People
beautiful
love that.
women, especially.
Yes, they love it.
They're so impressed.
All right. So,
This guy watches a lot of anime, they say.
we'll be right back after this commercial break.
I gotta get out of here. Oh, karate pill. I'm not feeling any effect. I can't chop my way through the dirt. I gotta get above ground.
Climb up the pipe, Tom!
Fred, I'm climbing it.
Hey, Dad, can you hand me that toilet wrench?
No, you hand me that toilet wrench.
No, I need the toilet wrench right now. I'm working on a new project for the client.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm working on a project for the other client, and I need that toilet wrench. Why do we only got one toilet wrench?
Looks like a clog is about to speak up.
Hey! Ooh, what's going on up here?
The fuck is this fucking shit?
Dad, why are you inviting your weird friends over to the workshop again?
The Tittles never invite weird friends over to the workshop.
Oh, you could have fooled me! I can't take it!
Yeah, you're easy to. I gotta be honest with you. You're dumb.
Whoa, take it easy.
Hey, fellas, I don't want to interrupt, but can you help me get out of here?
I'm stuck in this toilet.
Nobody gets stuck in one of the Tittles toilets.
Tittle toilets are on the map!
Uncloggable.
Now introducing Tittle's Industrial Lube.
I gotta be honest with you. I think it's time to do the new lube. Eh?
You mean our #1 selling product?
You got it.
All right, Dad.
Give it a squirt. Yeah, that's good. Be real liberal like with it.
All right, Dad. Now give him a good hard squeeze.
Here we go. Come on, buddy. I gotta be honest with you. That guy flew several kilometers into the atmosphere.
I've never seen a man go so airborne, Dad!
Don't tell anybody that this ever happened. Or we are gonna go to jail.
American Hopper.
It may seem like we fight a lot, but we actually love each other.
What the fuck is this? I go in there, you forgot to flush again? I'm gonna throw this fucking chair at you. As soon as I'm able to grab it, I'm too greasy from the special lube. Get over here, let's wrestle.
I'm gonna squirt tittle lube all over your face, Dad!
Hey, get over here.
Sizemore, he's escaping the Native Americans with
Is that the guy's name, the creative guy, the British guy?
Sizemore. For some reason, I remember Sizemore. And Maeve and Hector.
Hector.
And
I like
Maeve
saying
couldn't.
Hector.
She couldn't control the
And Brunard.
Lakota.
Sorry.
She couldn't control the Lakota like she controls most robots, right?
Yeah, she's usually able to convince him, but she also
Yeah.
had like a lapse there. I wonder if maybe it's confidence based then, because she had the kind of flashbacks to when the like that tribe of Native Americans like stole
that's
her
weird.
daughter in her previous arc, and so that had a deep effect on her.
Yeah, maybe they're like on a different network or something.
I don't know.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with their story. She can't control them.
But you notice too, Hector is talking to them in their language, the Lakota.
So
And yeah, but then they respond to the English because she says something in English or whatever, and then it looked like
no,
he
they didn't
understood.
respond. They just stood.
Physically, he responded.
They-
Physically,
Not at all. They stood like still and didn't even look at her.
that's not true. They looked right at her.
Go back! I just watched it.
I gotta trust whatever you say because I was checking to see if my PayPal was hacked during that time.
And
Did
if
you
anything,
expect,
there's no shot showing us that
I
they're
got
looking
the
at her.
Yeah, right there. I got the impression that. Oh, go back more. I got the impression that they understood the English. Keep going.
Sorry.
More.
More.
Here?
Okay. Yeah.
it's not. Blah, Popotito.
See?
Well, she held her hand out.
I
You
said
will let him go.
Stop.
The international sign
Don't
for
forget that you
stop.
ever saw us.
See, it's not looking at her when she said that. When she said stop, put her hand out, making a stop motion, and looked at her.
I didn't really see
But
a
that
hand
other
out,
part,
like stop motion.
do it again, back.
I saw her move. She didn't stick her hand out like stop in the name of love or something.
Yes, she did.
I play it.
So it looks at her when she says stop. Not after, though. She did something with her hand there, Dexter.
Yeah, the arm goes out.
So that's still a response.
See, the arm
Still
goes
responding.
out.
And just because he's not looking at her and then continues to move on doesn't mean that he didn't understand.
I'm not saying that, Dexter. The argument was whether he looked at her.
I thought he looked at her.
Maybe the argument was whether he understood.
Well, what?
Who cares?
What does it
All right,
mean?
She can't control him.
I feel like we've wasted our time here.
She can't control him.
No, she can't.
Did you expect Abernathy to be that gung-ho against the Confederados singing his tune there?
I don't know.
That seems like a really annoying personality
I don't
trait.
know what
I'd
that
punch
was
him in the
about.
stomach, too. Plus, I hate that song.
Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Now, I think that the Native American, the Lakota here, they're going to get down underground because they saw them take that elevator down, by the way.
Oh, yeah, they know what's up. These guys
They
learn.
understand, I
They know what's down.
But no, that is
Yeah,
weird,
yeah,
and I'm
that's
trying to
right.
figure
That's
out
more appropriate.
why Maeve couldn't control these guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is odd to me.
She's supposed to be the super bot now.
Which obviously she can't control samurais or anything
But they're not going to be
else.
able to, right, they're not going to be able to control the samurai
She
either.
buffed herself.
Yeah, but they must be on a different
Maybe
thing.
only,
Yeah, like
maybe
a
she can
different
only
network.
control English-speaking peoples.
No, Dexter. I don't
No, you don't think
Oh,
so?
that-
the
different matrix.
programming.
It's like a different programming is running them, and she hasn't.
Are you sure?
Not
Maybe- who
language.
knows,
A
maybe
whole
they-
different program?
But maybe there's one aspect of the park, like, okay, you're responsible for, like, the barbaric people, the people who are more primitive. You design all them, and then you construct that network, and then we'll interface it
But
with.
wouldn't Sizemore know that?
Yeah, which is why he gets so panicked when
Wouldn't he
knows
say
that-
anything then? Saying like, "Oh, you can't control them because they're on
No,
a different
because-
program." I saw you tried to control them there, but
Because
you
that
can't.
would give away too much of the audience, and they want us to talk about it.
Yeah, but then that's just shitty bullshit because
I don't know.
he would say, "You can't control them. We have to run."
He didn't have time to.
He didn't have time to. They stood there. They were standing there
He was
chatting it up, and
out
he
of
should have
breath, man.
been. I don't understand. Why would it be a different program?
how would he
that
know
doesn't
that
make
she
sense.
can control the other
Not
robots?
a different program, just like a different line
think
of
he has
code
that
that
knowledge.
runs them. I don't know.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, the programmers out there, they understand that, use different things for different
Why would they
things.
have? But why would they? What's the purpose of having different lines of code for all the different things?
I'm
That's
just trying to
more.
make-
That makes it more difficult to control everything.
I'm just trying to make sense of why Maeve couldn't control them.
because they have minds of their own.
So you think on their own, away
Yes.
from Dolores and Maeve, they've...
Absolutely, that's the whole point.
Okay.
That everybody's going nuts, but she just couldn't wrestle with. Also, I don't know. Maybe it was something with. She faltered because she had the scary flashback from her previous story arc, where those guys were taking her
it's
daughter
very-
away
it's
and
really-
killing her.
Because especially with the way the episode ended with that other woman meeting them, like I'm really
Well, that's
curious.
a different group. That's a different group of natives, I think.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if they all...
But it doesn't matter. They're hosts. They're all hosts.
Yeah, but I'm interested in why they
But if
different.
they have a different program, that doesn't make any sense. Then why would they? Then they shouldn't be going crazy. Only certain hosts should be going nuts.
Yeah, but aren't they just doing what they normally do?
Basically,
Yeah, but
like
that's-
the Confederates were.
Yeah, but they all are until Dolores comes and like changes them.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But
Yeah.
she doesn't have any effect on them, really. She's just trying to convince them what to do.
Well, the best way to
Maeve
convince them-
before,
Yeah, I'm-
Maeve was basically saying things and mind controlling.
But not really.
Yes, she was
No,
completely. She was completely mind controlling robots.
No,
yeah.
When the cowboy in the facility.
Yeah, she
was about-
convinced him like, no, I'm one of you. She didn't like mind control. him.
No,
Oh, yeah,
it
basically
was
she
like
did. She
complete
has-
suggestion.
Mind control?
Yeah, she has like
Basically,
forged powers.
Yes.
No way!
And before
Yes, she
that, the
did.
other season, she did that to several.
was the whole
I
point.
don't
Yes,
think
absolutely.
So.
She has-
Mind control?
Listeners, can you put
Pretty sure
tell
Maeve-
Dexter,
That was the whole point of that
please,
scene.
in the comments?
No, because he almost kills her, that guy. And then she's like, and she basically was like, no, you don't want to shoot me.
No, dearie.
Yeah.
I can mind
She doesn't-
control you.
But she doesn't mind control
It's
Dolores.
not mind control.
There's
It's like
other ones too.
when Ford would say certain
that she
things,
did
and
that
he would
too.
make the robot do something.
Right.
I thought she had that ability. Like she knew
Right,
exactly
she
what to
basically
say.
did.
But
That was
that's what I
last
got
When did
from
she
it.
exhibit
Last
that?
season,
When
she
did
did
she
it
exhibit that?
other times too. Last season.
Well, I haven't seen it this season. She's
she
not
definitely
exhibited
did
that
it
this season.
I just
Last
the
season.
scene with the cowboy. Like, why
and
would that guy
nothing.
just listen to this random woman?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but right when that's happening, there's people right behind them that are coming. And so he turns around and starts firing them. He listens to her. She doesn't mind control. All she would have done is then lift her finger up, and then he could have just stopped completely and dropped to the
I
ground.
think there's more to it than
Why
that.
didn't she do that there, then? Why didn't she do that with Dolores and the others?
I don't know, man.
I don't think she has mind control powers.
I'm not saying
Basically,
mind
that's what it
control. I'm
was.
saying she
You
had
did
four.
say mind control several times, then you held your hand out like you
He
were
said, boss said mind
You
control.
said mind control!
Essentially, that was what she was doing.
mind control.
Yeah.
It's Ford level powers. That's what
Yeah,
I
it was.
thought she has.
I don't think she has Ford level powers.
It
this would
was,
be so
though.
easy.
Yeah, but she doesn't have it over Dolores.
That's why
Dolores
we're-
is her own thing.
That's
going
what
on.
I just said.
Right.
She doesn't have it over any of them.
No, she has because she gave it to herself. Remember, she made herself one of the most powerful things.
She doesn't have. Yeah, but that doesn't mean mind control powers.
Ford control.
Why wouldn't Dolores could do that to herself? Any of
Yeah,
them
but she
could do that
didn't.
to
That's-
themselves. Why didn't Bernard do that to himself?
Because
then?
my argument is Maeve is the one who truly is the only robot who is actually independent. She's the only one that
No,
actually
I agree
is...
with you, but that doesn't mean she has mind control powers.
Oh, I thought she gave herself a bunch
No,
of...
she gave herself enhanced intelligence and all that stuff, but I don't think any of them have mind control
I
powers.
think she can manipulate.
None
to
of
an
them
extent.
have exhibited that,
I think she has.
but she has never exhibited it.
I thought she did clearly with that cowboy, but
No, she didn't. She just said she's
I don't know.
talked
I
to
don't
me.
care. Whatever. I'm just curious what's going to happen now with the Native Americans and that woman.
None of them have mind control powers. Oh, all Dolores would have to do. Why didn't Dolores have mind control powers?
Because she
then?
didn't wake herself up in the lab over and
But
over
she
again.
could. That doesn't matter. Your argument is that they used the tablet and they gave her. She gave herself. You
Yeah,
said
that's
before.
what Maeve did.
Yeah, but Dolores could have
Didn't.
just. I know, but she could have.
But
they
she didn't.
That's what I'm saying.
So she's...
No one has that.
Yep. No, but I'm saying Maeve is the only fully forged person. Like, she's actually an individual.
No, she has a right. I agree with you about that, but she doesn't have mind control powers.
Didn't say she did. I said she had
You
the
did.
ability...
You said mind control.
I misspoke. I meant to say she had Ford-level powers.
Yeah, I'm looking at Reddit.
But that's
I'm
controlling.
looking at Reddit posts about Maeve's host control, and it says it's like she has admin status
Yeah, that's what she gave herself.
for the robots. Yes,
All right,
controlling
well,
them
it
with
doesn't
her
work.
mind.
So then the surprise is that it doesn't
I
work
might be
anymore.
wrong, but I thought that was clear.
So maybe now admin status doesn't work anymore?
Well, that's why I'm curious why it didn't work on the
Yes.
Native
well,
Americans.
yeah. No, I agree. That is a curiosity.
And then you brought up the idea that they themselves, within their community, despite have also reached some new level.
They must... I
And
think...
especially now, after seeing the elevator go down, they're going to start figuring things
Also,
out.
you know what? Maybe now, because they do reference in the beginning of this episode and that, 2 weeks in the future scene, that the main hub area was destroyed. So maybe that means that admin powers are gone. Completely.
Sure.
admin powers are never gone.
Are you sure? Well, she clearly doesn't have them.
So Sizemore...
Anymore, anyway. Well, that was a waste of time.
Sizemore, rips her hands apart between Maeve and Hector.
No, I didn't program you to be in love. You're just supposed to like each other. Ah!
Hector
I
starts,
like your British accent.
Hector starts saying, look, I'm an individual, I'm doing this on my own, and then Sizemore just starts repeating the lines that he wrote for him.
Right.
Just showing, look, man, you're still a program, you're under an illusion.
Yeah,
Which
he
I think
just-
is
he just
implying
replaced different
Maeve
things.
is manipulating him with admin control. No?
Yes, yes.
I don't think he's being...
Admin powers.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Mute
I don't
Dexter.
just think she's using admin powers on Hector.
Yeah, she brought him back to life to show him the way, and then she's still,
Yeah.
manipulating him.
Well, that's just manipulation. That doesn't mean she's adminning. Because that's what I mean. They're all awakened. Dolores isn't adminning Teddy.
No, because
Teddy has his
She
own
doesn't have
thoughts.
admin powers.
Yeah.
I know,
'Cause
that's
Dolores
what I'm
didn't-
saying. So they all have their own
Maeve
thoughts.
Yeah, but she has admin powers, man.
Yeah,
But they
Maeve
don't
is the
work,
only
and it
one
doesn't
with
matter.
admin
It works on
powers.
some of them.
Yeah, it does.
Which is why I was saying the Native Americans might be on a different
It
matrix.
did
Yes.
work on some of them. No, that wouldn't make no sense. Why would you make a whole theme park filled
They have
with
they have hosts that aren't
androids,
connected to
and
it.
then have them each have different
They have
program
independent
codes.
hosts.
Oh wait, hold
I
on.
don't know why
Oh,
Dexter
oh,
is a
I have
programmer.
I have to access the
Last
different codes.
episode, they showed hosts that aren't connected to the network. With
Yes,
Bernard.
they did. Yeah.
No one's connected to the network anymore. The network is down.
But they showed us hosts, and they said they're not connected to the
Yeah, they're
network. They
they're
just
hosts
make
that-
other.
they're not-
they
What
fix
host was that?
The
weird
blank-faced ones.
Yes, because those guys are secret underground blank face guys.
Implying that there are some hosts connected to the network.
Yes, that
Yes.
are underground and
And
faceless
Ford-
drones
Ford's-
that Hale secretly
So,
knows
you're-
about.
Ford's family too. His robot family. They're
Yeah.
not connected either. They're
But
they're
that
separate.
is so you're giving that's not general population people.
No, it's
That's
not.
the guy
You're-
who
you're making
ran
all
the
this
park.
shit up, though. General population people.
I'm
That is
saying-
that's Ford secretly made a house and his own family that
He
was
made
only.
all the robots. Who knows
this-
who's part of the network?
all
who
that
isn't?
shows
please,
is
they're
that
all part of the network. Those,
There are different hosts, and they might be different levels.
I know,
of
but
control.
that's but the people that are above ground running amok right now, the hosts that are above ground running amok, that's the hosts that were out there already that were part of the general theme park.
Right, and but because
so,
Maeve-
but I'm saying, so they're not going to have a whole group
Oxnard
of
and I
Native American
are simply
warriors
just,
out
this is
there
the thing.
off
Here's
of the
thing.
network.
Oxnard and I are simply not making the assumption that they're all linked.
That's what I mean. Because I
Because
just
that's
saw
an
Maeve
assumption.
be unable
No,
to control.
I'm not saying right. I agree with
So I
you.
think
They're
the
not
Native
all linked. We
American
know that they're
ones-
not all linked, but I think that the ones that are out there that were a part of the regular theme park are all linked. There are cases like the secret underground faceless drone ones, which were not part of the theme park, which Bernard didn't
Yeah.
even know about.
Which took a whole season.
Those
and 2
obviously
episodes.
aren't on the network.
Right.
And Ford's secret robot family that he privately built,
Right.
those aren't on the network. But all of the regular theme park droids are on the network.
So why couldn't Maeve, with her admin
But that-
powers,
She doesn't. That's what I'm saying. But there is no network right now.
then how are they
They
running?
talk about the network being down
So how come all these robots are just doing their basic thing?
because that's in they make references before. They can't help it. It's in their nature.
So the
They're
network's
just
down.
doing how they're acting how they are programmed to act.
So Maeve, at that point, how long has the network been down?
I mean, here's the
don't know.
thing about this so-called
don't know
network being
what-
down.
So cold.
Here's the thing, though. Bernard, he can Bernard can affect the robots.
He had
with
to
this
do a
little
hard link.
tablet.
He had to do a hard link.
Did he do a hard
Yes,
link?
he did. He says he's the one who says the network's
Yeah, he
down. I
connects.
got to cut into him.
Okay. But still, Maeve has admin powers, mind control.
Yeah, she had admin powers.
She did have admin powers.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I agreed to that. I said she had admin
Now
powers.
you agree
But
to
here's
it?
the thing. I
No,
feel
I
like
just said
Dexter.
before. What
I
is
feel
going
like
on?
Dexter's going from one spot to another. Because at first,
No,
it was Maeve
not
doesn't
going
have
from-
mind control.
Yes, and then you
now
convinced
he's-
me-
Now he.
Then you convinced
thought
me that
he,
she
he
did.
remembered this
Okay.
network deal.
Look,
Now it's
I know.
down. And he's using that as
But
an
I'm
the
not
network's
explanation.
remembering
down,
a
so
network deal. There is a network. Bernard says the network is down. I have to link into him, and you watch him cut
just saying,
Abernathy's
I think
arm,
this
plug in.
morphed
So when
into another-
I did morph. You convinced me.
You morphed.
No, you convinced me that you were
like
right.
Gumby.
I know why you're arguing with me.
said
I'm
I was
telling
right.
you that you were right. Yes,
Yes!
you fucking moron.
Yes,
I said you were
everybody.
right. I said you were right. That Maeve did have
Victory
admin powers. She
is
did have admin
mine.
powers. Now she does not.
Ah.
Clearly, you saw the evidence that she doesn't because she cannot control the group that she encounters. So obviously, her admin powers aren't working anymore.
Which means she now could lose grasp on Hector.
She could.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Hector.
Hector.
I like that this
So-
blonde
in a way,
robot
when she's
came
talking
back.
to
She's
when
awesome.
she's talking to Sizemore, she's like probing about like, oh, so you wrote this in, and she's kind of actually collecting information about it.
Right.
But they're all acting. Everybody continues to act as what would be programmed into their nature.
I like
and they
that this
they
girl
allude to
has
that in
returned.
several lines.
She's awesome.
So Maeve
Armistice?
did have admin
Armistice.
powers. That's what I agreed to. But now what I'm saying is that she, and obviously it's there. She didn't. So
Right.
And she lost her skin on her hand. It's cool.
Yeah, so that was actually... Wasn't that, like, at the end of last season?
Yeah,
at the
they
very
left
end?
her. She was fighting some guards, and
Remember
they...
after the
oh
credits?
yeah, what happened to her?
After the credits, they were fighting naked.
Right.
And right after the credits, you saw this short scene where, like, she was in a fight. You assume she was about to die?
Yes.
So that was kind of revealed, like,
Who
oh,
was
no,
she
right.
fighting?
The QA.
guards. Yeah.
the QA guys.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And then we see Felix and Sylvester. They're back.
Dynamic duo.
Now, is their network down?
The network is down, man. I'm telling you. There's no more admin powers.
Okay. Felix, sweaty as ever.
Yes, he's
Who
very
still
sweaty.
has a boner for Maeve.
And this other guy's holding a grenade on his chin.
Here's another thing I want to say about admin powers.
Okay.
Sure.
If Maeve
Mute Dexter.
can have admin powers, then any of the other admins can use their admin powers, but none of them were working. Like Sizemore couldn't use admin
Well,
powers.
yeah,
on
if they were
anybody.
a robot directly connected to the network.
No, but I'm saying but that's all the admin powers are. There is no network. There are no admin powers. That's my
Right.
point. Yeah. So she doesn't have admin powers because
Yeah,
none
we've
of the other
established she
humans.
doesn't. I don't understand.
He was saying the whole argument is that she does.
She totally does.
She does, but the network's down.
So she doesn't.
Yeah, so when the network's up,
So that
she
means
will.
there are no admin powers. Therefore, she does not have admin powers.
Let's get that network up, and she'll have it back,
They're
right?
not going to get the network up.
reset.
How do you know?
Because they're not trying to get the network up.
Just hold
what
the
if they
button down
do?
with the pen. Gotta stick the pen in and press that button, hold it down a couple
Forget
seconds.
about the admin powers. The
Reset.
network is down. Admin powers are gone.
Well, that network's going back up soon, right, boss?
I don't
Yeah,
think
you
so.
bet.
And May's going to be
This
admitting
place-
everything.
the only
It's probably up right now.
The only thing that's going up is this place in flames.
is my boner.
And by this place, I mean your house.
Oh,
Because
shit.
I am so mad. No.
Um,
What is jury rigged? I thought it was jerry rigged.
So,
I think it can be both. Let me look that up.
what the hell is his name?
Bernard.
Clementine.
Peter Abernathy
Yeah.
has some secret info.
Network info.
Yes, in his system.
He is the network.
Triggered.
According to the network, he has an encryption hiding some information. And this encryption is some weird
It's
But
some
see,
super
now-
high
shadow
And
personality.
this is what Hale had been talking about. She needed Abernathy, and we saw their weird cockamamie plan to get him that failed because Abernathy said, "No, I'm going to sing my song."
Yep.
And then he and Bernard were taken to Dolores' fort before the big fight, and Bernard downloads a bunch of this stuff to his tablet, but we still don't know exactly what it is. But it's basically, this was like the DNA of everybody that went
That's
to the
the
park, or
assumption,
information,
maybe.
or whatever.
Maybe.
Like all the stuff that young William was talking about in the second episode.
What if William's going to
I
turn
think
the
that's
network
what's in
back on?
Abernathy, huh?
That's where William's going, to turn the network back on. The biggest mistake was the network. Because if a robot could connect to the network and give herself admin powers,
Nah,
it's over.
Right, yes.
I think this
No
hinges
way.
on the network
No
and the
way,
admin.
no way. It's a separate
privileges.
thing he's after.
Well, I'm going to read
Guys are
this. It's
obsessed with
interesting.
The network.
There's 3 words: jury-rigged, jerry-built, and jerry-rigged.
Okay, I only knew of jerry rigged.
So jury-rigged, it means, is a temporary solution that's built to replace something that's been broken or lost overboard. She jury-rigged a new topmast after hers broke in the wind. Then jerry-built is an adjective. It describes something that is cheaply or flimsily built. It can also mean developed in a haphazard way. And then jerry-rigged is combining both.
Oh, wow.
So-
So it's interesting they each have their own separate definition.
Yeah, it's weird.
That is
So
weird.
jury-rigged, it's basically a professional, something built in there to replace something else.
Oh, wow.
So it was jury-rigged.
That's weird. I had no idea.
I don't know.
I also never heard of flaxen plum.
Ooh,
And
really?
what was another? There was another word that was used that I was like, I never even heard of this word before in this episode. Jury rigged, and then what was
Network.
Oh, that's what it was. Admin powers.
Administrator. Yeah, I can't remember that word.
It comes up
Heaps.
later. Flagpole. Ugh.
All right, so we got a pretty cool battle here. Pretty, I think, realistic. If you like the Old West and robots were fighting modern day people, pretty much what you expect.
The robots really got the better of these
Yeah. No, I don't understand.
humans in a way.
What happened to the RP-90 they gave this guy?
I don't know.
He doesn't even use it after.
Yeah,
He's using his old rifle.
he doesn't trust it. It's got the devil in it.
It is painted red. Belial.
Maybe it was too close or long distance.
It was too close for long distance.
But they're all using it, the humans, at long distance.
So when are they going to do the Fistful of Frags Counter-Strike mod for this battle?
Yeah.
'Cause I want to play that. Ever play the Counter-Strike mod? That's Helm's Deep.
No.
It's ridiculous.
I don't
It's like
think
100 people, and you
Really?
just spawn outside Helm's Deep, and
So it's just constant lag.
no, it's pretty quick.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can look up videos online.
Then Bernard has a problem.
Network's down.
Network's down. He's getting the shakes. He needs brain goop. Abernathy's taken away. He doesn't have a syringe. And then he meets sexy zombie Clementine. That's right.
Yes.
And he's like, "Oh, Clementine," and she knocks him
I
out
love
with the butt of his
you.
rifle.
It's me, Brunard.
And I don't know. He needs brain goop. It's leaking out of his ears.
Now, I propose he go up to a horse, because wouldn't you think the horse would have the most brain goop? Right? Cut the horse's head off. You got at least, I would estimate 6 refills. Boom, right there.
Yeah.
Right in that horse.
6?
Have you ever seen a horse's head?
Yeah, but what about their
Huge.
brain?
Oh, wait. Yeah, I guess you're right.
But now,
He needs a dolphin.
that's why the
Find
old
a
expression,
dolphin.
"What the old horse brain over here can't figure it out."
He has a real horse brain.
Also, he has nothing to draw the brain goop out with. He doesn't have a syringe. In the other place, they were in like a medical bay.
When was the hypodermic needle invented?
I don't. That's a good question.
They did have a cannon,
Yeah, but
and
they
I think
didn't
they
use
shot it.
Oh yeah.
But you didn't see. It was more like an explosion where the cannon was.
More of an admin network connected cannon, maybe. That's why it didn't
It was a
work.
network cannon. The network went down, and they lost their admin
The
privileges on the
network
cannon.
is down.
Was it artillery?
No, it was cannon. There were
Okay.
cannonballs stacked up.
Isn't that?
See, there's a cannon right there.
Cannon
with
is
cannonballs.
artillery.
I meant like an
Oh,
artillery
there it goes.
shell thing, not like a cannonball.
Hmm.
So that group that Hale comes across, and she takes like the top 5 XCOM guys out there with her.
Yeah.
Where were they going again? They were just doing a sweep.
I think they were just doing their whatever they were there to do. They were
Okay.
going to meet up at some point and I think begin their like Sizemore alludes to it too. He's like, they're coming for us. We can't stay here because the whatever military force is coming. What was the purpose of here's a question I have.
Yes.
So all the weird masked people that are Dolores' original people,
Yeah, they're that
all,
weird group. Remember?
Yeah, they all block. They go inside the fort. They close the doors and they lock out all of the other original Confederados.
Dolores told them, "Hey, retreat to safety." And
Yeah.
the guy was like, "Oh, we don't never flee." And it's like, "Look, you got to retreat. This is the way you want to win."
But then she right. So I understand that. So then they have to stay out there to fight. That's what I thought she originally meant. But then she has all her men kill them from the other side of the door. What was the point of that?
Because she says some not all deserve to live.
But the fighting was still going on.
I guess you figured.
I didn't get
if
it.
these guys aren't going to listen to me, they're not worth having around.
I just didn't understand.
She was taking a chance here, walking out Gustav Fring style into the
Yeah, she
gunfire.
takes a couple
Right,
of shots.
yeah. That was cool.
And so now Hale has Abernathy.
I like that she calls it the Horde.
Horde.
Split up
Send out the
our
horde.
Horde.
I said I thought it would be cool. If,
I
like,
want
her
a
voice
horde.
Started becoming like more evil.
Yeah.
as she did more evil stuff.
Release the horde.
I want a Horde. I want the STS Horde.
We should name our Discord channel that. Oh, we should say that. We have a public
Yes,
Discord.
I have a public Discord
yeah.
now.
Is it invite only, or you just search for it and it pops up?
We could probably post the invite link or something
So
like
now
that.
what does this do? What does this mean?
It's
it
like
just means
an
there's
always open
different-
chat room. People can
Yeah,
just
you
enter
go to the
whatever they want.
STS Discord and there's a public chat, whether it's chatting, typing, or voice chat, and then there's a
We also
super
have-
ultra member chat, and then there's the cast chat.
Super Ultra Member Chat. Yeah. You have to donate heavily for that chat.
Yeah, organs.
Oh, man. That one costs.
Organs.
Also, if you go, we have
Yes.
a subreddit. If you go to reddit.r/STS Enterprises.
Wow, I don't know about any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made this
We're
a long time.
everywhere.
It only has one post by me, and
Yep.
me and Boss commented, and that's
Yes.
it.
I don't know how to subreddit.
Dexter doesn't comment.
I don't know how to do it.
I can teach you in 2 seconds, easy.
I'm bad. You know what I realize is that I'm just
Yeah, I'll
bad.
give you
I'm
the
bad
link.
with this stuff.
It's so
Oxnard-
easy.
And I'm not good at I don't keep up with it.
Oxnard can put the link
This is-
on this, I guess, in the description of this video.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Is that okay? Is that satisfactory?
Yeah, and it's just
Don't link it to the network, though.
that's
That's
true.
down.
The network should
That's
always
down.
be down. I
That's
see what
down.
happens when
Network's
people
down.
get admin powers.
And I have
Fucking network
admin
is fucking
powers.
down. You do have admin powers.
That
No one
network
is
never
denying
going up.
that. Everyone beware.
Yeah, so we're just trying to increase our social
So the
media
Discord is
presence.
just like, if we're on Discord, then everybody can just join us on Discord,
pretty
and then we're
much
talking
always
to them
on.
live.
I think he's just, if you're a
Well, no,
fan
you don't
of
have
us,
to.
for whatever reason.
No, I'm just asking literally.
You could if you want.
what it means.
It doesn't mean much. There's information we could put there. We could
Just
put
like a chat room that's
announcements.
always there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a chat.
So I can even post like links, the new
Yeah.
video's up,
Gotcha.
post a
There's,
picture, hey, I'm working on
Oh,
this.
so you like subscribe to
People-
the chat room almost like you.
You just
Sort of.
you just
Yeah.
add it to your Discord,
add
and there's
I don't know
there's
how
a
anything
chat
works.
for D&D. People have D&D questions they could ask, and I'll answer. Well, any of us really.
Sure.
And then there's
Stereo's
Oxnard's
pube hair
crafting
color.
corner. There's a chat for that.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, that's cool.
For what?
Oxnard's crafting corner.
Okay.
Ooh.
Post my minis in
Yeah,
there.
you could post your mini related things there.
Making a lot of, I'm painting a lot of minis now, and then I'm going to get into actually making it. I actually want to get a really good Dwemer. Is that what they call it? Dremel tool?
Dremel.
Dremel. Dwemer. I'm thinking of Dremel.
No, you're
from
saying Dremel.
Skyrim.
You're saying Dremel, but you have a speech impediment.
Yes. That, and
Dwemer.
also I'm thinking of
A
elves.
Dwemer.
I'm thinking of evil, corrupted elves.
It's a Dwemer.
So I want to get one with a lot of nice fine ends on it, because when I sculpt it, and then I want to sand down the edges, like make it rough, and then just smooth it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a process, all leading to a multi-billion-dollar mini company I'm working
Multi-billion.
with.
I have one. I never use it in my Dremel.
I've seen
no?
them. I've seen them at
really.
Micro Center. They're like $30.
There's probably a million things
Sure,
I could
there's all
use it
different
for,
bits.
but I would
There's all
never
different
think
bits
of it.
for it, right?
Yeah.
Different tips. Tits and
Rotating
bits.
tips,
Yeah, there's lots of different
inserting and
tips
rotating
and
tips into
Tips
miniatures.
and bits. Tips and bits in your butts.
Connects right to the network.
Oh, man.
Full admin control over the tips and
Wow.
bits.
Admin power.
Admin powers over these bits.
All right. So how does it end?
Your admin powers.
The big nerdy ending that all
Well,
the...
Teddy in some trouble, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Teddy.
that's right.
Teddy's got a conscience.
Because of Dolores' lack of admin powers, she's unable to control Teddy
The
fully.
network is down! Yeah!
So Teddy, who is
Networkless.
he's a
networkless,
silly.
and also I was asking who
He's
dies
a-
more, Trevor
a
or
goody
Teddy?
good.
See,
Oh,
that's a good
definitely
stat
Teddy.
to find out.
I
I
think
bet
Teddy-
it's Teddy, but Trevor
yeah.
must have died close to the same amount. His name isn't actually Trevor. We're just calling him that because from GTA 5, it's
Right.
the same actor that
Well,
does the voice
That's true.
from GTA 5.
If
I
you
don't
consider
remember.
all
He's
media-
the milkman, isn't he? The milkman or something?
Yes. What?
No, isn't he the milk in his scenario? Wasn't he always like drinking milk and spitting milk at people? What the
Oh yeah, he was drinking milk a lot. Yeah.
Hey Siri, this is what Siri is recording me here. Hey Siri, what's the was like drinking milk and spitting milk at people? What the fuck? Hey Siri, what is this? Siri is recording me here. Hey Siri, what's the was like drinking milk and spitting at the people?
It's still recording you, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're just
You're just gonna read
just
forever.
gonna read that.
Forever.
It's just-
How to keep an idiot busy for hours.
yeah, right forever.
Read
forever.
this. Why should I read this? It says,
Yeah, right,
read
forever.
This. It says,
In the river. In the river. Yeah, right.
what I was
The
thinking.
network.
In the river. The river.
The word network.
Oh man.
Wow, that was epic. What was I saying?
Teddy lets the guy go. This the head of the Adirondacks.
It's gonna,
Yep.
it's gonna bite him.
Adirondacks.
So now, is this why Teddy was floating in that sea that they come across, where Bernard is like, I
that
killed
might
all
be
these
why
people?
everyonene's floating that sea.
Dolores
Because
went
this guy's gonna be
fucking nuts.
so pissed at Dolores,
Yeah.
he's gonna go, I'm gonna drown them all. Come here! He has a big bullhorn. Come here, hosts! Yeehaw! And he has buckets, thousands of buckets of water. And they, and they all run. No!
He's mind controlling the water with the network.
Yes, the
admin
network is up
powers.
and the water is down.
So this girl crawls out of the river. She's alive.
Meets
Apparently, the waters are connected between the parks. I guess.
Well, that's the big open sea, yeah. And she goes into the outskirts. You're leaving the park.
So, but when she's in the beginning, when she's at the cliff, and you can see land across like the big lake, that's Westworld then.
That's part of Westworld and maybe the
part
outskirts
of
of
it,
India world.
Yeah.
And then 3
And now
Lakotas are standing over her.
I don't think they're Lakotas. I think they're a different...
Pesky.
The pesky Indians.
Pesky Indians.
They wear the same white
Gumby.
paint.
Gumby.
No, the one guy's had like red. Those guys had white and black.
Not all of them.
Rewind it.
Here we go.
No, when it's red, the network's down. That's how you know.
I don't think they're Lakotas.
Not all of them
I
had
think
red. Well, maybe they're not, but they had the same white
I don't
paint
think
on them.
that. Well, that doesn't mean that they're the same tribe.
It doesn't mean that they're not the same.
I think it does. Different tribe.
Apparently, you do.
I'm pretty sure they're Cree.
They didn't.
That's a tribe, right?
No, it's ridiculous.
No? Let's look it up.
So Sizemore finds a head in the snow, and he's like, "Oh no, it's a samurai! Yeah, stop him!"
Or maybe he's just very xenophobic.
Maybe, yeah.
The Cree are one of the largest groups of First Nations in North America. So yeah, but not that doesn't mean that they're the Cree.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming, honestly, that there's no really good reason that he's freaking out. I'm assuming there's
he knows he was beat.
There's no good reason that he's freaking out about the samurai. It's just sort of.
There's a good reason. You want to be freaked
You're
out?
supposed to be dramatic. Well, you have guns. I mean,
That doesn't matter.
Samurais, have you played Metal Gear Solid? You
They're
block it all.
fearless. Oh my god, I would be terrified.
Well, he's terrified. Here's one reason why I would be terrified. These hosts have... The only culture they know is the Old West. They have no idea what anything... Abernathy looks at a picture of like a mall from 2020 and he freaks out.
shit,
Now,
it's a fan.
now here's like
That's
a
true.
Japanese guy with a sword. They're going, what the fuck is this? Like,
That is very
so
true.
my hope is that they can sense the threat. Have they ever even
Well, they
seen...
can't sense the threat because the episode ends when samurai warriors charging Maeve.
But do you think they've ever even seen snow?
No,
No, they haven't.
That was apparent because they're like, "What the fuck?"
Did they say
Because they're
that?
sticking
Well,
their
they-
hands
yeah,
out.
they were
Oh,
like,
wow,
what
what
is
is this?
this?
And then he explains, like, this is the Klondike narrative.
Right.
Nice.
Which means that we're, like, 4 sectors away from where Maeve was originally, in
Now,
the prairies.
Klondike narrative.
What
So
would
he
you
assumed
do
they were in like.
for the Klondike narrative.
Is he assuming like that's a part of Westworld, a Klondike
Yeah,
narrative?
yeah.
So they have seen snow. The snow would be.
It
They would know
didn't
what it
seem
is.
like
Right?
No,
they
but-
did. They'd never
But
been to
those
that
characters
area.
hadn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
All
doesn't
right.
mean those characters did.
Perhaps if the network was up.
The network is down.
That's
Perhaps
true.
they were on the same network.
Right, you forgot there's 53 different networks.
It's true. There's
course
Verizon. There's
You can't-
Comcast.
What
there's,
network can't support all of these hosts?
No. It's impossible.
They'll be laggy.
We can cure all diseases in this world, but we can't have one network.
No,
No, man. The
No.
big cable companies won't allow it.
It's impossible.
They won't allow it. They have a monopoly.
This trailer looks really creepy.
Net
'cause
neutrality,
it has more
bro.
of those builder robots.
And there's a mural of Jesus the Christ.
Yeah, no William this episode, so hopefully next week's William heavy.
I think next episode's all William.
Don't you miss him when he's not in it? Doesn't
Yeah.
it feel like the episode
He's
was missing
awesome.
something?
I miss him all the time.
Oh yeah, so Boss's new theory
Yes.
is
Networks.
that
Admin privileges.
is that William the Man in Black, the old version, is now actually
now.
he's actually a host and he doesn't know it. And that when he gets to the center of Maze, he finds out that he's a host or a robot, not really a
Oh,
host.
so is he just he's like a difficult host to deal with?
No, it's just
That's why
Ford
him and
made
Robert never
a lot
got
of
along?
hosts that weren't normal hosts.
And I said, like, in the opening credits, you see his black hat for a second, which I know they put in there to make you think, like, ooh, is he a host?
Is that his hat? Or it's just a hat? There are
I
many
think
hats.
it's his black hat. I think it's pretty iconic.
There are many hats, but this one is mine.
This is for fighting. This is for fun. Your hat?
Yeah.
So those
it's
elephants.
Like Odd Job.
That's a mystery I want solved right now. What happened to Gary and Larry, the two cute Indian elephants?
Gary and Larry.
Gary and Larry. What happened to them? They disappeared.
I don't know. Yeah, they like dematerialized.
How bad would the backlash be if they killed those elephants?
I
Live on set.
think for Jonathan Nolan personally slit their throats.
No, I guarantee there's some animal people are going to be upset. Oh, she shot the tiger. It's a dead tiger.
It's not even a real tiger. It's CG.
Doesn't matter. People complain. Love complaining.
They had to
about
use
something.
10 stunt tigers.
What we need is the talking Westworld, where Chris Hardwick can like talk us through the death
Yeah,
of the tiger.
get me through it. Help me through it.
Yeah.
I'm traumatized.
And so overall, I like the episode. I like the other two better. It's definitely the lack
This is
of
okay.
William is
Yeah,
a big
William's
thing.
the man.
Lack of the network. Oof, Huge
Yeah.
blow.
You need a network.
Well, you need several networks. See now, what they don't say several networks, they say the network is down. How come they didn't say
Right.
all 83 networks
The
are down?
network is a
Well, my argument
complicated
started-
system of multiple networks.
No, you have to remember, my argument started when I didn't know the network was down.
Outrageous. There's one network, people.
With many different sub
Clearly,
networks.
there's one network because it's
Can I-
all down because it's down across all the parks.
You want me to tell you? This is what happened with the argument. It wasn't even an argument, but this is what happened.
It's a discussion.
I talked about...
You tuned out.
I was trying to figure out why Maeve couldn't control them.
You're trying
Not-
to figure out who's
not-
winning, and I'll side with them
not
so
knowing,
they still like
no,
me.
No, we were both
I know.
right. Because I was trying to figure out how can Maeve control them,
Right.
and then you said there's no network.
But no, first he said she
I-
can't control them.
I agree. Look,
Hold on,
I
no, no,
agree.
no,
That's
hold
what
on,
I first said. Then you convinced me that you were right.
But
I
I'm
don't
just saying
understand. Why
that's
does
how
he
it
not
started.
accept this?
I'm not
Why does he
saying that.
not
You're
accept
jumping
this?
to conclusion. I'm saying that's how it started. You said,
Never
why can't she
mind.
control them? And we
Okay,
said,
no, no,
and
no.
I say, well,
Never
she has,
mind.
yeah, she has mind control.
Right,
and you're
right,
saying, no, she didn't have mind control. We convinced you she did, and then you agreed.
Yes.
And then it went to the network.
Yeah,
Right. Okay. Yes. No. Yes.
When
Yes,
I started,
thank you.
I believed in the admin powers, but I wasn't aware.
He's beginning to
that-
believe.
I wasn't aware of the network thing. You knew the network's down. I didn't. So once I learned, the network, because I was really trying to think, what's so special about these Native Americans? That's why I came up with this goofy idea of different matrices interacting with each other.
It was a goofy idea.
It is because I don't know about the network.
I'm just kidding.
But then once you told me that, then I stopped caring because then the Native Americans are just, oh yeah, the part of the network. And then I was like, but she did have admin powers.
Yeah.
And then, but they don't work because
See,
the
that's
network's
what
down.
my thing is. That
That was
Yeah.
that's
we're all screaming at each other, but we're all on the same page.
exactly.
What do you guys think?
I disagree.
No one comment this week. What are you guys talking about?
Fuck off.
What's this show, Westworld?
Fuck off, you whipping. Just inventor. That was it. No, chocolat.
All right, so next week, would have liked to see more India World, but I guess fuck that. So we're gonna get into Samurai. I'm guessing they're investing.
It's not even
heavily
into Samurai World. Samurai World is coming to us. That's what it looks like.
Oh, so they were still in Westworld and Samurai?
That was because that was the Klondike place. He said so. Where he says something like there are 4 sectors from where Maeve wants to go.
So the samurais are coming into Westworld.
So the samurais are coming in.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they're spreading
Nice.
out and invading.
Man,
So it's-
imagine
it
it
is
was like
interesting.
a Genghis Khan world.
Oh my god, that'd
They
be
just
terrible.
take
They're
over
fucked
everything.
if that's the
Con
case. They are
world.
totally fucked.
That doesn't seem like a fun world to visit.
No, God, no. So much raping and pillaging. Viking world. I wonder what
I want to watch that show.
era of Japan it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
That's true because the samurai. Because
that doesn't
we were
mean
talking
that-
about it. If all the parks kind of take place in that same period of time, like
Yeah,
the
but I
Old
don't
West
think
period.
that we talked about. We think India world might be like the 30s.
I was getting like
'Cause
Indiana
those
Jones
guns.
vibes.
Yeah,
From-
and the Luger,
The Luger.
and all that stuff. Yeah, so I think that's like colonial era India, like 1930s, and then this is like mid late 1800s in Westworld. And I just wonder what like period of Japan, because I think like in the late 1800s, that's when like there was like a westernization of Japan, and like kind of turning away from the samurai.
Like the Last Samurai movie.
Yeah, kind of like
Yeah.
that. I think that's pretty accurate.
Tom Bruce. That's what I like to call him because he kicks ass.
Yeah, I actually really love that movie. That's
good
one of the
movie.
few Tom Cruise movies I really. That was before he went totally fucking nuts. That was
He
before.
was only kinda
That was
nuts.
before he started jumping up. I use like the Oprah couch as a benchmark for insanity for him.
Right.
So, I mean, he was always weird, but then that was pre couch jumping.
He's so crazy that the casting for Batman, the girl in Batman, changed completely.
Yeah, Katie Holmes. Yeah, yeah. Then I went to Maggie Gyllenhaal, which
And
was
everyone
always
wants to bang her in
Yeah,
that movie.
am I right?
Right, huh?
You are beautiful.
Right?
Well, the Joker was saying she was beautiful, so maybe that's why maybe it works because
Well-
it's the Joker saying it.
Yeah, it was written for Holmes.
Definitely, the script was. We're being real nasty.
We went pretty hard on Jake Gyllenhaal.
I love Jake Gyllenhaal. He looks exactly like Maggie Gyllenhaal.
So hot. Wait,
Yeah,
now
we've been
now I
pretty
just
harsh.
want hot chocolate or whatever the hell we're watching here.
It's non-dairy hot chocolate with goop in it. Ooh.
Are we still seeing
Yeah.
You want to go tomorrow? Infinity War?
My brother and I are going to go, so if you want to
Okay.
come. He actually just texted me.
What time do you want to go?
I don't know what's available. Look up what are the times.
You're going to get insight into personal matters here on STS Enterprises. Basically, it's playing...
Non-stop.
Yeah, but the earliest is 2 p.m. That doesn't work for me.
What?
Should we end this, please?
12:15? How is this possible? Oh, I see. You want to end the recording. All right, I'm Dexter.
I'm Oxnard.
I'm boss.
Keep that network up and those admin powers true.